Moving on to agenda item number 20, future commission meetings and commission committee assignments. Secretary Tony Wadley, chairman for possible action. Next commission meeting is scheduled for September 23rd to 24th, 2016 in Las Vegas. The commission will review and discuss potential items for that meeting. The commission may change the time and meeting location at this time, and the chairman may designate and adjust committee assignments as necessary at this meeting. At this time, until we have a full commission appointed, I think I'm going to leave the committees as is. If there's any committees that are going to meet or are going to be short commissioners due to non-appointments, let me know and we can see what we can do. But I think until we have some appointments, then we can make some changes. But otherwise, I think we'll leave it status quo at this time. And I had a few items that I kind of written down for the next meeting. We just kind of see what you got, Tony, and compare. I wasn't sure where we were going with the license simplification, but that's there. Policy 2, and then 31 and 33. And then we have some TAC committee items. I don't know how big of an agenda we're going to have. These are just something we can throw out there. Maybe an update on the Pershing County wild horse.
If we have to hear
something back. And then I'm gonna think over the coyote contest, how we bring that back, but that would come back in some form. And then I believe the caliber restriction will come back. And then I think I had 468, 469, 467, and 464. Did those all come back in some respect? Or we got too many items in one?
Are you referring to
The regulations.
boat drain,
Yes.
bonus point transfer, is that what those
Yeah.
are? Yeah, I've got all those on my list. I think it would be good to try to wrap those up if we can.
Okay.
We workshop those. We would have dealt with them today and we had video conferencing.
And then Brian spoke about the harvest management feedback. That will be on there. That's what I had from this meeting.
So
Maybe something I missed.
the primary purpose of the meeting is to set and revise fishing regulations, so certainly we'll do that. We also have Commission Policy 10 and 11 for a second reading. There was some discussion, we just talked about bringing the harvest guidelines back. So the feedback that we got from the public meetings as well as CABS and the commission to drive that process to where we could be in a position to finalize that and approve it in November. There was some discussion on the potential drafting of a water policy resolution. I don't know if you want us to work on that and have some language for the commission. We could prepare that as well, or we can postpone that.
Yeah, I don't know that we'd be ready to draft anything before the September meeting. It's probably something we'd want to run through the committee potentially.
We do have the Truckee River tackle restriction that we heard about yesterday. Bring that back forward.
I believe that was one of the numbers I had there.
Okay.
I don't know which one that was.
Okay.
I believe that was in the
There was some discussion on the special hunter's assistant. We talked about changing the language. Chief Warden Turnipseed was asked to change that language. Would it be the commission's desire to see that language prior to it going to LCB to ensure that we got the intent, or shall we send that to LCB? And if we do, it would likely be November before that language would be coming back, I believe.
I think that's coming into the time period of how much stuff on the agenda. Too.
Right.
Maybe we can look at that as it comes, because I don't think we had a specific date for them to bring that back to us by. We may have it done.
Yeah, I I think the main thing is either way, it's not gonna be in place for this season.
Right.
So
That might be.
whether we wanna look at it for intent first before it goes to LCD, or whether we send it to LCD, and we may have, I mean, either way, I think it's sixes. To be honest.
And then the last thing I had was motorized vehicles on the truckie. There was some discussion on that. I didn't capture whether there's direction to, I don't know if that was on the agenda originally to be discussed today.
I think when we discussed the regulations, that one was proposed in November, only because the meeting would be in Reno,
Correct.
since it's a Washoe County specific item.
Okay. So that concludes everything I have on my list. I did want to say that we have secured the cooperative extension facility in Las Vegas, so we will have video conferencing available from the Vegas location for the September meeting. We're still seeking location for Reno in November to provide the same. Neither Truckee Meadows Community College nor University of Nevada, Reno, where we met yesterday, are available on those dates, so we will continue to look for something there.
Commissioner McNish, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just, a couple of things is, we may have the petition policy, or the changes to the NAC, proposed changes for petition. We may have those coming forward for September. And the appeals, we're not gonna make it back by then, if we have to go back to LCP on that. Is that, where do we decide on the appeals? When am I drawing a blank on that?
That was,
We adopted some new language that was felt to be substantive, so they felt that it needed to go back.
Thank you, that's, okay, so we're good on the appeals one for now. And I just wanted to make sure we were on the same page with wildlife contests. Because Chairman Wallace and I are on the same committee, I gotta be careful where I interject myself in this, so I wanted to make sure, are you gonna coordinate with the department on, kind of talking about where we want to go with that, or would you like me to do that as the chairman of the committee, or how would you like to work that out?
I think maybe we can work together on that. The only problem I see is where we're on the committee together.
I think that the discussion yesterday, if I remember right, kind of the direction we had was keeping that at the commission level and not necessarily referencing it back to the committee.
Does that imply that Chairman Wallace is going to work with the
Yes.
department on that? Then, okay, all
But
right.
if it's not gonna go back to the committee, I don't see why.
I'm good with that, I just want to make sure that we're there, so as much for clarification to everybody else too.
Right,
So.
I mean, from that one, I think we were saying that we're gonna get back and kind of look at it holistically to see how the department can back about, over North American model, going over some of those issues, and then starting to rework some of the verbiage.
Right, and I'm completely fine, of course, with that, that's what the commission would like to do, I just wanted to make sure who's gonna be the front for that would be Chairman Wallace, so I'm good with all. The last thing that I had was, just as a potential agenda item, and I know we're getting a full schedule, but there was an article in the paper here in the last week or so regarding the Humane Society, here, our local Humane Society. They'd sent out some kind of a request, I'm pretty sure it was Humane Society, asking for people with, that even don't want to adopt cats, that they've got such an abundance and need for homes for stray feral cats, that anybody with outbuildings or barns or something like that, even if they don't want cats, specifically house cats, that they step forward, and if they're interested, that they would be glad to offer these feral cats up. They're basically asking, do you have a place for them to live? They're basically looking to develop colonies. And that to me is a major problem and a major step backwards, and I think that it's going to require us to take a stronger look at it, and whether it's, and we might need to take a little stronger position, because we can't have feral colonies being developed all over this community and act as a template for how to do it in other ones in the state of Nevada. It just doesn't make
Dave, would you remind me on that, or maybe Grant, didn't we have a placeholder for potential new policy under the policy committee for trail tax?
It seems like there was, but it was quite a while back.
Right, I mean, we're still in kind of the review process of our existing policy, so,
I'll take a look at my notes. I had 3 or 4. Contest was one. Possibly working on something with health was another one.
and now it's an existing one
The
too.
existing one. So there was another. There were a couple or 3. I can't say that I remember one of them being for, but I'll take a look. I just want to put that on everybody's radar. That was I read it. It was right in the newspaper, and I thought, we're just kind of out of left field, out of nowhere.
I had 2 more things, and that's been kind of the discussion to determine direction. One was Commissioner Drew's mention of the shed antler reg and trail cam reg and the possibility of dealing with those via committee. And the other item was the Black Bear Hunt Committee recommendations, and maybe also committee suggestion was there, those in a parking lot. Then
Yeah, I don't know that there's anything right for next meeting on either of those items.
Anything further from the commission before I take that?
One more thing, I know when we were going over the contest policy, I mentioned that group, Project Coyote, was interested in having a documentary vetted, and I wanted to know the process for that, or who they direct that information to. And I told them I would get back to them, and I don't know if there's input from the commission on that, or from Secretary Lawson, as to how informational pieces are put forward for potential doing that.
I guess I would suggest that they would want to provide us DVDs or something. We would certainly make sure that they were available to the commission. We wanted to submit as a staff of the commission if they wanted to submit that to the commission.
But should I direct them to you then, or?
Yeah, I mean, initially, we can see what their desire is.
Right, because I haven't seen it myself, I have no idea, that they've asked.
That's fine.
Okay.
Anything further from the commission? Since this is an action item, I will take it out of public comment. Is there any public comment on item number 20? This is just on future commission meeting. Seeing none, I'll bring it back to the commission. I don't see anything that we need to take action on at this time, so unless someone has something, we can move on to item number 21, public comment. Public comment period. Persons wishing to speak are requested to complete a speaker's card and present it to the recording secretary. Public comment will be limited to 3 minutes. No action will be taken by the commission at this time. Any item requiring commission action may be scheduled on a future commission agenda.
Craig Burnside, Douglas County. Actually, this is something I forgot about, should have brought it up during that portion, open to CAPS to bring up items. I saw in the minutes from your June meeting, there were several comments requesting that the support material, since we've gone paperless, be available as one document rather than having to download 15 different documents and printing those. That would really be helpful. If you just put all the support material in one document that we could download and print. And then just, Commissioner Drew mentioned the shotgun for bear hunting. I think that came out of our cap. Just to put on your guys' radar, we're gonna have as action items at our next meeting, to request that the number of bear tags, not the number taken, but the number of bear tags be increased to 51 to allow for one of the governor's tags to be created for bear, and that the hunt units that where bear hunting does occur, that all of those units where bear hunting occurs be open to all the areas that other big game tags are allowed within those hunt units. So essentially, being able to hunt within the basin.
nonprofit is called Tactical Team for the Protection of Animals, All Animals, TTPA. Our regulation number is 47-4418897 under the IRS. I am involved in the legislative process in Carson City. In fact, I work under Senator Mark Fernando. I am here in support of all coyotes in question to not be killed in these coyote killing contests. I do not support these coyote contests. These contests should be against the law, as this is nothing more than animal cruelty. Aren't coyotes animals, and shouldn't they deserve the same protections against animal cruelty as other wildlife and domestic animals? I have written an animal cruelty prevention curriculum for all schools. I am in the public schools teaching this right now, and have been accepted to teach this curriculum at the Boys and Girls Club and other places as well. Please tell me, as an an educator in animal cruelty prevention and someone with my education, that while teaching students about animal cruelty, that they are not to abuse or cause harm to domesticated animals, dogs, cats, or any other animals, but that it is okay for them to attend a coyote killing contest with a parent and maybe even be involved in this process. How are they going to learn to follow the law and respect the law when they become adults? This is wrong, and it is confusing to them. They grow up disrespecting laws and law enforcement. NRS 574.100. Animal cruelty. These coyote killing contests kill the parents, leaving the newborns or week-old pups to be on their own. They don't survive. That's abandonment by humans, because humans killed the mother under NRS 574.100. NRS 574.100 covers torturing using fake means to make a fake pup cry, exposing the coyote to be maimed or killed. Item D in NRS 574.100 says, instigate, engage in, or in any way further an act of cruelty to any animal, that's any, or any act tending to produce such cruelty. I call on this commission today to adopt a policy for coyotes, a policy to protect coyotes, and to make coyote contests unlawful. It is unfair to these animals because they were born coyotes. I will be meeting with Governor Brian Sandoval to see if he can further allow protections for coyotes and other wildlife, foxes, bobcat, and other species, and add policy to Nevada law. Thank you. Karen Jacobs, founder and CEO of Tactical Team.
Thank you, Ms. Jacobs.
Thank you.
Any further public comment? Seeing none, it's the last item, we stand adjourned.